Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Jameson. Must be a Jameson. Please drink responsibly.
And a lucky week 13, everybody, at NFL Primetime. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland hadn't had enough airtime yet. The Independence Bowl, all the bowl. I mean, my goodness, you logged both sides of the tracks. Welcome back to pro football for a little bit.
It's good to be back in pro football, and it's good to be in the month of December.
In the month of December, because the good teams really, it's when they really look good, and the game's just ending up. So we will get to, San Francisco against Philadelphia. Of course, that was the highlight game for Week 13 and maybe of the season, but we'll get to that in a moment. But you know what's always fun?
What's that?
Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just kind of fun to watch. They're like they're the greatest show. Well, they're like a Barnum and Bailey circus when things are working. And they were at Washington at FedEx Field, where we absolutely positively have to get there overnight. And here we go. They're fun unless you're Washington, who just gave up 45 points to Dallas on the Dolphin fans traveling.
Yeah.
Hey, traveling. Why not? Because they get to see Tua to Tyreek Hill. He could go all the way. That's 78 yards, second longest of his career. Oh, they're having fun already, 7-0.
Oh, no doubt. They brought the show from Miami to FedEx Field.
And then, Andrew Rip Van Ginkel. He was napping, but he woke up and he picked off Sam Howell for a pick six.
Boom, that's just a great athletic play. The tackle was probably supposed to cut him. He didn't cut him. Van Ginkel picked it off. Touchdown, Dolphins.
17-0 Miami under early second quarter. Howell looking for Curtis Samuel. They'll throw it. That's a nice play. Almost to the pylon, not quite. Eventually, a minute later on 3rd and goal, where you see it, he almost, not quite. Then 3rd and goal. Thurston v. Howell. Lover, I got a touchdown at 17-7. Maybe Washington could. No, they're not. Tua steps up. There he is again. Second player in Dolphins history with multiple 60-yard receiving touchdowns in a game. Paul Warfield, Hall of Famer, the first.
Boom, it's amazing. He's been the fastest man in the league for a long time, but teams just don't believe it, and they allow him to run free.
Mike McDaniel, so we're up 24-7. Then Tua Hill, 20 yards. So he had 152 yards in the first half. Boom. The Commanders had 130 as a team.
Wow.
You get the feeling how this is going. 3rd down, Tua, Jalen Waddle. Got to spread it around a little bit. First down, Miami. Under 30 to go in the half. Raheem Mostert. He's with the lead pipe in the conservatory, 31-7. So now, more fun. Devon Achane, and they get another weapon in him, and he's back.
Good to see him back. Boom, a couple of knee injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy down the stretch.
38-7. Achane had his A game. So did the Dolphins. 15 more yards. First down, Miami. 2 minutes to go in the game. Achane in the end zone. 40 points for Miami, the 3rd time this season. Oh, my goodness. They rolled 45-15. Mike McDaniel's Dolphins are 9-3. And, they have, we'll talk about them in a minute. They have now won 3 in a row. They're 9-3 for the first time since 2001. Head coach after the game.
Really, the whole team knew Tua was going to come out and have a day like this with the way that he operates and the way he'd been frustrated about turning the ball over. So to be that aggressive while having that that burden of frustration is exactly what you hope for with your starting quarterback.
It sucks, to lose and to lose like that. Like I said, we got so much talent and we know that, but if we're not going out there and showing everybody, we just talking about it at this point.
It's too late for growth right now, I feel like, but like I said, we can finish off the season strong and, head into, next year with growth, but it's too late for that right now.
Well, Washington changed their defensive coordinator, but look, the story is Miami because I don't want to say a team that's under 500, this is what you're supposed to do, and they do it almost every time, don't they, Booger?
It's like boxing, Boom. I'm not going to put them in the heavyweight class, but it's like when you get a middleweight against a bantamweight. Miami's the middleweight, and they dominate all the bantamweight. This was a different class when the offense gets moving like that. And for God, I don't know why they don't double Tyreek Hill, but they allow the fastest man in the National Football League to run down the field, and no one throws the timing deep ball better than Tua. And when this offense starts humming and they play in rhythm, boom, you know what it's like? It's almost like watching a great dance show, because when they're in rhythm, they look good. But if they're off kilter a little bit, they don't look as good. That's what this offense is like. And if you don't be physical with them, this is what you'll get. And they dominated the Commanders.
Well, look, I mean, again, we don't presume a win, but they're now 4 of their last 5 after this at home.
Yes.
You got Tennessee next week. They got the Jets. I know they play other teams with winning records later on, but that very possibly could be 11-3, and nobody's going to catch them not only in their division, but, moving up the seed chart, because every team in the AFC has at least 3 losses.
We will move up the seed chart with them, but we will judge them when they get in the ring with somebody of their own weight class. That's how we're going to judge Miami. The record will dictate the seed. How far they can go, and will be determined by how they perform against the other competition.
Well, they have Dallas, they got Baltimore, they got Buffalo at the end. But first things first, when they look like that, they're fun to watch, unless you're Washington or one of the foes that's playing them. Well, I'll tell you what, you wouldn't think, right? The Indianapolis Colts, they're always upper 20s, 30s, and division game, because all of a sudden the Colts have won 3 in a row, Tennessee 4-0 at home. And when they first played, Indianapolis won it at home, but they had a tough time, as they always do, stopping this guy, Derrick Henry. King Henry, first opening drive touchdown for Tennessee since last season. Gardner, get your Kleenex ready for this game. And it's a touchdown to Alec Pierce. We're tied at 7. Levis overthrows Will Levis, the rookie, DeAndre Hopkins, and this didn't make sense, really, on the sideline, really?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand. Hopkins is a veteran. I'm pretty sure he knows where he's supposed to be. You got to communicate better if you're the quarterback.
Well, I think they communicated better here. Early second quarter, there you go. The Hopkins down to the 5. They're the same page on a 27-yard gain. And then first and goal from the 5. Guess who gets it?
Oh, no doubt about it. But when he averages 6 yards a carry, especially in the first half, always against the Colts.
17-13, Tennessee. Watch out here. Ryan Stonehouse punting. Nick Cross. Block. Grant Stewart. Oh, my goodness. Give me a head with hair. He's in the end zone. Touchdown 22-17. But going for 2. Uh-oh. You never see this. Amani Hooker picks it off. Could he get 2 the other way? He could go all the way. Instead of 23-17, it's 22-19.
Great job understanding the rules, Boom. This doesn't get used often. He understood it and took it back.
Now early for it's a broken record. Watch Shogun Ulubi. Listen, he picks it up. But Tony Brown, it's not even punted. I've never seen the ball slopped out of the punter's hand.
Boom, they don't even call it a block punt. They called it a fumble.
So Ulubi picked it up, but they only get a field goal out of it, 25-19. Henry brought down hard, and he'd have to leave the game.
It's just amazing that doesn't happen as hard as he runs all the time.
I know. Whoa. Tricky. Levis to Nick Westbrook-Akine. And a gain of 28. This game turned out to be a lot of fun, wasn't it? Then, under 6 to go, Will Levis, Dart, Hopkins, on same page now, tied at 25. But since the punter was hurt, Tannehill had to hold. The hold looked all right to me, but Nick Folk missed the kick.
Yeah, laces weren't forward. They were sideways, and he missed it.
So 25-all, we go to overtime. Titans get ball, have field goal. But to Pierce, it's down to the 4, and then, get the whole box of Kleenex, because Michael Pittman, my goodness gracious, it's flu season with the Colts, even though they were in Nashville. The Colts' first 4-game winning streak since the end of 2018. The Indianapolis Colts, ladies and gentlemen, are 7-5. Minshew threw for 312. No turnovers.
Minshew was outstanding. He controlled the ball game. They ran the ball just well enough, and Michael Pittman was outstanding, especially the last route he ran, stemmed Minshew to a complete pass touchdown.
Tennessee ran for 187, but Indianapolis had the runny nose, got the sneeze going, and they got the win. All right, now, here's a fun game. Broncos, Texans. The veteran Russell Wilson, the youngster C.J. Stroud, and Santa. May let us be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas. Michelle Rosenhaus, little guest writing from the producer's chair. Stroud and Nico Collins, and what a day this youngster had. Yeah, Damian Pierce, you know, when he's in there, they got a 1-2 punch in the backfield. But Tank Dell is gone for the year. Fibula fracture. That's a tough loss.
Yeah, you hate to see a receiver go down like that, especially inside trying to block on a running play.
Yeah, the Texans lead 13-3 at the break. First play, third quarter. Russell Wilson. Ooh. Will Anderson, the other top 3 draft pick this year behind Stroud with a sack. Jonathan Grenard with a sack. They're bringing the pressure to Wilson. Texan defense. D'Amico Ryan, the head coach. Wilson. Now, Cortland Sutton has played tough football. And there's an example. Makes the catch, and he spins the ball.
Boom, great job tracking the ball in the air. 2 guys on him. Russell Wilson, beautiful pass. Cortland Sutton, great catch.
And so, it's 16-10 game. Derek Stingley, the great grandson of Blake Darrell Stingley. Ball tipped by Anderson. Stingley, again, with an interception. He would have 2 on this day. 3 straight games with a pick.
No doubt. 4 picks in the last 3 games. He's been outstanding, Boom.
Now, Stroud pressured by Brevin. Oh, he got Brevin Jordan 13 yards. What? How did he even throw that? It's like a Russell Wilson type throw, isn't it? Stroud, play action. Looking, finding. Nico Collins. 22-10. Denver gets close. Houston answers. 1st and 10, Russell Wilson. Jerry Judge Judy, 41-yard gain. Broncos, what can they do? Down to the 1, Russell Wilson. And it's a 22-17 game within 1 score, 5 minutes to go. Wilson, Sutton into Houston territory. 2 minutes left, 4th and 1. Javonte Williams. Ooh, that's a tough run for a first down.
Love the second effort by Williams.
4th and 2, Broncos. Wilson gets a first down. Davis Webb, quarterback coach. Think he's fired up? I think so. Watch number 53, Blake Cashman. Oh, he spins Wilson around, and that was what they needed. Couldn't get the mustard on it. Jimmy Ward with the pick for D'Amico Ryans.
Just a really good job. Really gritty win here by the Texans. Cashman with the pressure. Allow Russell Wilson not to get enough on that pass and allow for the interception to happen, Boom.
So, the Houston Texans, ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Really, a division that, well, you know what? They're 7-5. Jacksonville, you know, in first playing Monday night, but they're looking. And the Texans win this one 22-17. They've won 4 of the last 5. For Sean Payton, his 5-game winning streak snapped.
Thought we were sloppy for most of the game. Obviously, 3rd down, we struggled. I don't think we converted a 3rd down offensively. We converted a 4th maybe. But we gave all the things we discussed coming in. You know, we've been a team that has played well with the takeaways and the giveaways, but that script flipped today.
This is the NFL every week. I think that's why they have their Red Zone channel. It comes down to that last moment every single week. Every game seems like it's within a score, right? So it's how you operate in that moment, right? Not blinking, not panicking. It's like everybody being under control, calm in the moment, and just executing. And that's what our team is continuing to show each and every week.
You know, I love that Coach Ryan just said that because, yeah, it's coach speaking at calm, this is a young team, led by a rookie quarterback and rookies left and right or second-year players. They played like they expected, like they had been here before. Remember, they came off a tough loss to Jacksonville. Poised for this team off the charts.
You know what, Boom? Part of developing teamwork is learning how to win. We've been praising the young quarterback, C.J. Stroud. He's been outstanding. Today was about the defense. They held the Broncos 0 for 11 on 3rd down. They had 3 sacks. They got countless pressure on Russell Wilson. And in the end, they got the interception in the end zone. This young defense, which is very young, you're starting to see playmakers. Will Anderson Jr., Derek Stingley a couple of picks. And so we've been praising the offensive guys for a while. And now you start to see this team form as the young defensive players made plays today. This was a total team win, whereas in the past, it was the offense carrying the team.
You know, and Stroud, we've talked about him, but this was defense that, I mean, not that he didn't play well.
Yes.
But this was I don't know. I'm just struck by their poise. Should I be?
Sometimes, Boom, they don't know what they don't know.
That's a good thing.
Especially in a situation.
You're looking at one who doesn't, right?
Especially in a situation like this. And they believe in their coach. He has the pulse of the team. He's changed the culture. And part of changing the culture is really simple. I believe we can, not I don't think we're going to figure out a way to lose. And they understand they can win, and that's what they're doing right now.
And I don't think Denver, look, they're back in the hunt, right? The Broncos. Here's the thing that Houston didn't turn it over at all.
Yeah.
After Denver's lived on this with,
That's a pretty good
with their
formula.
5-game winning streak. I mean, Denver is back to 6-6. Houston is 7-5. And now, as Groucho Marx used to say, now for the coup de grace. The San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles 10-1, and the Niners 8-3. Jalen Hurts' company won the NFC Championship game, as you know, on this field last year. Niners ended up in that game without a quarterback. They're dressed in green and red, Christmas spirit. Yeah, maybe not. 6-0 Eagles, 2 field goals, and Brandon Ayuk. Everybody would get on the score chart, and that's Kyle Shanahan directing the play. He got the hand under the ball. 7-6 San Francisco.
Really good job by Ayuk getting those hands under the ball. Can move as long as he has control, and he did.
Okay, so that's Ayuk. Now, did we mention Christian McCaffrey's on the 49ers? 14-6 San Francisco at half. Philly had big opening drives, but got only field goals.
Exactly.
And then that would be downhill for San Francisco, third quarter. Purdy, McCaffrey, 33 yards. Then Brock Purdy. Fake it to McCaffrey. Debo. Whoa. One more for the road. Eagle fans going, oh boy, really? 21-6. Now, Jalen Hurts, the Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper, Dre Greenlaw, kind of slams him down, and then the fun begins, right? That's the Eagle security guard. That's Greenlaw, that's Smith, and well, it flags flying.
Yeah, you can't touch coaches or personnel on the other team sideline. Greenlaw got the personal foul. He got ejected. Dom, the security guard, he got ejected right there. So we're ejecting everybody.
And, of course, the Eagle fans give Dom the standing ovation. But like we said, the Christmas spirit was out, huh? Meanwhile, the Eagles used the brotherly shove on second and goal. They used it from the 2. They got to the 1. They used the 1 they got in the end zone at 21-13. A.J. Brown, Charvarius Ward. Yeah, you get all your shopping done. Well, not yet. Put the decorations out. And then the next Niner drive, Purdy, Samuel, yards after the catch. He just excels. Gone! We could sing again for Paul Skaggs. Eagle fan, Niners fired up. 28-13. Hurts trying to make it happen on 3rd and 8. Ooh, he's hit awkwardly. He's short of the first time. He walks off the field. Got folded up here a little.
Yeah, they didn't know whether it was a knee or he went in to get checked for a concussion. He will be back, but definitely doesn't look good there.
No, Mariota warmed up a little bit. Niners lead 28-13, and then Purdy. Juwan Jennings. We haven't got him in the end zone yet, did we?
Oh, but we did. Just did.
Oh, we did just now.
Yeah.
They had long pass to Kittle also. I mean, everybody got in it. 35-19, Purdy, Samuel. How did the Niners look? Purdy darn good. Debo in there again, waving goodbye. Kyle Shanahan, Niners, they came in. The Eagles were a 3-point underdog. You figured, well, that's an easy speech for Coach Sirianni. Now, at least on this day, we saw why. 42-19, San Francisco slices and dices in Philadelphia, and our intrepid Sal Palantonio working all day and all evening here with Trent Williams afterwards.
What kind of statement did you make in this football game?
We just did what we do. We feel like we're the best football team in this league, and you got to prove it against the best. So, we just brought our best today, and the scoreboard proved it.
Did you prove that if you had Purdy in the NFC Championship game, you would have went to the Super Bowl?
I think so. I think everybody could kind of see how good we are if we have a quarterback. It's kind of hard to win when you don't have a quarterback. So, you know, and at the end of the day, we weren't trying to prove anything from last year. Our whole goal was to come out here and make a statement and show that we're the best in the world.
Well, I mean, you can look at all the stats, but you saw the highlights. It doesn't seem to me at any level, at this moment, I understand, you know, Philadelphia is still the best record in football, 10-2, Niners 9-3, but Booger. Every level on offense, all the threats, offensive line, that guy right there with Trent Williams, et cetera. Defense, all three levels, the pass rush, the linebackers, the defensive backs. I really don't see any weakness the way they're playing right now. A team that once lost 3 in a row. Kind of hard to figure how that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to figure it out, Boom, but teams go through laws. When they're completing their whole and they have a quarterback and they play that way, there's no team in football can beat them. This game turned today when the Eagles had the ball. They dominated the first 2 drives and only got 2 field goals. At that point, it allowed the 49ers to reset because they came out throwing the football. The 49ers reset, started running the football, controlled the line of scrimmage, and boom, they scored 6 straight touchdowns. 6 straight touchdowns against that defense, against that defensive line. And Brock Purdy, we talk about all these guys for the MVP. Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts. Brock Purdy put an MVP performance today, how he threw the football. Boom, he was accurate. And Deebo Samuel, when he's healthy, he allows the quarterback to throw short passes, and he can turn them into big runs. When the 49ers play it this way, Boom, there's not a team in football can beat them because they are physical, but they also can get the big plays. And that was the difference. And Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have to figure out a way. If you're going to control the tempo of the game and drive 10, 12, 13 plays, you got to score touchdowns in the red zone. Field goals will not beat the 49ers.
Right. And one thing that we did see, the Niners, those drives you talk about, they were all length of the field.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
Right? This wasn't like a turnover at the 20.
Time-consuming against a defense that played 97 plays against Buffalo last week. They were tired.
And look, and the Eagles they've run the gauntlet, right?
Yes.
I mean, they beat the Chiefs, they beat Dallas. I mean, they beat Buffalo. To your point, now here Dallas again in a week.
Yeah.
And the Niners said they looked like the team that clobbered Seattle on the Thursday night. To me,
it's amazing how they look, Boom. And can they stay healthy and continue doing it down the stretch? Because by the end of next week, we could have 10-3 Dallas.
Could.
10-3 Philly.
Could.
10-3 49ers.
Could.
And now it's a whole new ball game.
We could. The Eagles will have something to say about it.
Will.
But right now, eyeball, they look like the best team in football.
No doubt.
49ers.
I agree with you.
But again, it's early December, and they had the Christmas spirit, them in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, this was a strange one at Pittsburgh. All right, you figure, right, the Steelers, all of a sudden they had 400 yards of offense last week with Mike Tomlin and Kenny Pickett, and they're hosting only 2-win Arizona. Pickett, late in the first half, decides to run it, gets hit, but injured ankle right at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Boom, he's trying. I love the effort. Just got to be a little smarter there about how you take your body and put it into those situations.
Well, and so he's to the locker room. Next play, 4th and goal. Najee Harris. Arizona makes the goal line stand. Cardinals? They did. Turnover on down. Kyler Murray trying to go 2-2 since he's come back. Elijah Higgins. So they're going to start a drive in the shadow of the Royal Goalpost. So I don't know what shadows there were on this day.
Not many.
We'll show you many. There were a couple of long, hour and a half total delays in this game because of weather. Murray to Trey McBride goes high. McBride had a big day.
Yeah, no doubt. And especially Murray, when you got a big tight end, throw it high, allow the tight end to go up and catch the ball. McBride, he's been coming on lately.
Yes, he has. And then Murray says, you've been coming on? Yeah. You're at the goal line. He twists. It's a 99-yard drive against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense in Pittsburgh.
First to stop on the goal line, then to drive out physicaling the Pittsburgh Steelers.
10-3 Cardinals. And a long delay at halftime, waiting for the weather to lightning, everything in the area. 10-3. Mitch Trubisky's in there. Can't fumble. James Conner, he's in. 17-3
Cardinals? How about James Conner with the homecoming, coming back home to Pittsburgh?
Well, and this is what he saw at home. Lightning, you name it. It's just December. Lightning in December? Well, Mother Nature not happy. I'll tell you what else wasn't happy. The Steelers. Conner in the end zone. 24-3 Arizona. Cardinals? 4 minutes left. Mitch Trubisky to Deontay Johnson, 24-10. Can they make a game? Well, James Conner said, look, I have total respect for being here and being a Steeler once upon a time, but I am a Cardinal now. 29 yards, first game back in Pittsburgh since And 2 minutes left in the game. 2nd and 9. That'll be a first down, which essentially ices it. They're already up by 2 scores. He ran for 105.
No, and so good, Boom. He played for the University of Pittsburgh. He beat cancer to come back and play against Pittsburgh in that area. Outstanding story. And the Arizona Cardinals were the more physical team in Pittsburgh, which is something I don't think you or I thought would ever happen.
No, and the Steelers all of a sudden, we'll talk about this in a minute. I mean, now Pickett hurt. We don't know as we do this show how long that might be. Is the whole division, other than Lamar Jackson, starting quarterbacks, are they all hurt? I mean, for a long time. We will know more as we go. Meanwhile, speaking of the Browns, another quarter, obviously Watson out. Rams hosting Joe Flacco. A Brown for 2 weeks. And opening drive of the game. Oh, Joe can still throw it, right? Amari Cooper, you heard him talking in practice like, wow, he's been on the couch? He can still throw like that? Remember one Super Bowl, Ravens 2012. Flacco. Hey, Jerome Ford driving nicely.
Yeah, and I love the play call. Flacco rolls to the right. They lose the tailback forward, leaks out. And Flacco gives him a nice catchable ball.
That's beautiful. 7-0 Browns. Matthew Stafford still slings it.
Maybe one of the best arms we've ever seen in the National Football League.
Puka Nacua, the Puka Shell. 70 yards, touchdown. Longest of his rookie career. And the Rams lead 13-10 going into half. Under 4 minutes to go, third quarter, 13-all. Good game. Puka. Not only does he catch, he can run. 31 yards. 2nd and 20 at the 40 of Cleveland. Stafford. Kukukachu, DeMarcus Robinson. There's your throw.
Yeah, no, that's just an unbelievable throw. Those receivers get open, he puts it there.
I said, all right, you got open for that. Why don't I find you again? Oh, I look over here now. Right in front of the pylon. Stafford to Robinson, 20-13. Rams were making a late season run. Under 9 minutes to go, first and goal, Cleveland. That's why Kevin Stefanski said, I'm going to start him. Look at Joe Flacco. Oh, it's just nice to Harrison Bryant. It's a touchdown. But they missed the extra point. 20-19. Now Flacco. Nice pop. Look at this ball in the air, but he needed to go a few yards farther. Intercepted by John Johnson III. Look at him rumbling, bubbling, stretching it out for a 42-yard return. Then Stafford. Wait, remember Cooper Kupp?
Oh,
He's still on the Rams. 27-19 with the touchdown for Sean McVay. Flacco surveying. Broken up by Russ Yeast, unleavened bread. The Broncos turned the ball over, and then Kyron Williams had 200 yards, all-purpose last week. Touchdown, Rams.
Kyron Williams with the Rams. He runs the football hard, Boom.
Well, Matthew Stafford throws the football well, Boog. And the Rams, all of a sudden, they're winning 3 in a row, 6-6. Cleveland falls to 7-5. I mean, we weren't really. I mean, we can start. We'll start with Joe Flacco, even though they lost the game. You figure 38.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's been there, and I understand why Cleveland started him. But all of a sudden, defense on the road was not all of a sudden they've had trouble giving up points, whereas at home they don't at all.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. That defense has to play better anytime you have a young quarterback. But when you have a quarterback that doesn't have that much experience like Joe Flacco in the offense, and his arm is still good, Boom. It doesn't like his arm is still live enough to make plenty of plays down the field. It's the movement and the anticipation where as you get older, those things go away. And you saw that with Joe Flacco on a couple of balls, the interception, a couple of balls across the middle. But that defense, the Cleveland defense, that was once number one in the National Football League, we haven't seen that number one unit in a while.
No.
And Matthew Stafford picked him apart. And if you give Stafford protection, he can pick any defense apart. His arm is still one of the top 5 in football.
No, and that first 3-game winning streak in a couple of years, and they're a factor. I mean, I don't know how high they can go, but don't tell them that because they got a couple of offensive weapons for sure.
Young football team, 6-6, veteran quarterback. Again, another team that doesn't know what they don't know, and they just go out and play hard, and they're making plays.
And again, I want to say it on camera. So here's Here's Cleveland with Joe Flacco for the time. We saw Pickett get hurt. We don't know what that is.
Yes.
We know that Burrow is gone for Cincinnati. Lamar Jackson is often not there healthy. Only healthy starting quarterback in that what was the best division in football. And now they can really separate it. I mean, they have a bye this week, Baltimore.
Yeah, and no doubt. And if you're Baltimore, you got to feel pretty good. Late bye, other teams are waning. You can position yourself, especially with some home games now. They're going to be in good shape.
Right. Yeah, and Pittsburgh, we'll see. I mean, they had 3 points when Pickett went. I mean, they just, even when they had 400 yards, they got 16 points last week.
Maybe it wasn't the offensive coordinator. They got a bump last week. No, Matt Canada this week. Kind of the same old Steeler offense.
Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah. All right, now, Panthers made a change in coaches. Frank Reich, as you know, let go. Chris Tabor, interim head coach, special team. It was raining like the whole world.
Everywhere.
I think it was raining. Even in Tampa, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans. I mean, it doesn't matter what the weather. It's like the postman. Rain, the snow, the sleet, whatever it is. Up inside the 5, Rachaad White, supposed to look at this. And he's in, and it's 7. The Bucs are supposed to look like this. They're back at home.
Yeah, back at home in the rain. They should win this game.
I know. It's only 7-3. Bryce Young. Jonathan Mingo is open. Bucs do get burnt a lot. I mean, they started 3-1, but they've been stumbling.
Yeah.
But in that division, anything's possible. The missile crisis, Chuba Hubbard. The Chuba missile crisis, 10-7. Panthers? A change of coach. Look what could happen, right? Mayfield, Evans. Evans says, no, we're not letting this happen. He could go all the way. The ref said he's short. Let's look again. No, he's in.
Boom. Ball inside pylon, 10 straight seasons over 1,000 yards for Evans.
Keenan Allen. I mean, the two of them, right?
Yes.
14-10, the Bucs. Ooh, Chris Godwin, a little questionable physically, and then a nice little end around, and he's in there, 21-10. So look, Carolina's won one game all year. Can the Bucs put them away? I don't know. The game was ending while we were on. We'll find out together. 4th and 6. Young DJ Chark. Oh, the Chark Tank. It's a big game.
A really good job by Chark. Tracking the ball, DB never turned around. Nice throw, nice catch.
Chuba. Play the tuba. He's in. It's 21-18. They go for 2. They get it. It's a 3-point game.
Yeah.
Carolina might win with the interim coach. Mayfield, Evans. 1,000 yards, as you say, 10 straight seasons. Only Jerry Rice had 11.
That's great company. Yes.
There you go. Bucs punt. Panthers. Bryce Young. Could this be hero time for the #1 draft pick? Try to escape. Antoine Winfield reads it. Not enough mustard on it. Bucs defense seals it. And look, anything's possible in this division. Buccaneers. Not the prettiest, but at the sombrero, the wet sombrero. 21-18.
And this was a good win for the Buccaneers. Winfield has been playing maybe the best in that entire defense. Todd Bowles, the head coach, needed this win as he tries to secure and keep his job down the stretch.
Well, and so Tampa Bay, 5-7, you figured, But guess what? There's nobody rated 500 in this division. And speaking of, the Saints are at home. Once a month, you look for something out of the Saints. But Dan Campbell said, that Thanksgiving game, he must have breathed some fire into this group. The Lions. And Derek Carr. It's off the hands of Brian Branch. Picked up by Brian Branch, I should say. And here come the Lions. Detroit. Jared Goff. Sam Laporta, the second-round pick, rookie tight end. Another big game for him, 9 for 140, 14-0. Lions. Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown. We are 7 minutes in, 3 offensive touchdowns, and the first team to do that, that's since Tommy Kramer Vikings, 1986, 21-0. Cardi. Jimmy Graham.
Talk about turning back the hands of time.
Jimmy Graham. Joe Flacco. We're going to see Bruce Irvin coming up. Everybody's eligible, 24-7. Carr. Chris Olave, Saints waking up.
Yeah, we expected more of them.
Down to the 2, Alvin Candid Kamara in the end zone, 24-14. Late third one, watch 99, Kalen Saunders. Starring as the fridge. Look, Taysom Hill's a tough enough runner anyway. Touchdown. Well, nice block, and then he didn't get in, but he's going to get in here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I love the lead block boom by 99 and just the effort there by Taysom Hill to get in the end zone.
They cut it to 3. Detroit a field goal makes it 27-21. We start the 4th, and then Saints. Derek Carr fumble, recovered Tracy Walker, ball hit the left guard, James Hurst, whatever it is, can't have it.
Yeah, I mean, Carr's got to pull the ball in, the guard's got to get out of the way. Just bad luck by the Saints.
We've seen some fun plays today. This may be the most fun. Look at Tricky Lions. Double river, one, what? And then Jameson Williams motoring. This show is sponsored by Jameson. All right, have a drink for everybody. Lions don't get the 2. It's 33-21. Maybe they'll send us some for Christmas, Boog, if they're listening.
Yeah.
Carr throws, Kamara, but Carr shaking up. Not only head, shoulder, everything.
Yeah, he's been beat up this year, Boom, and he got beat up today by the Lions. They were pressuring, but you know what that means. In comes Jameis.
Oh, there's no much more fun than Jameis. You never know. Oh, doink! See, with Jameis, anything's possible. Olave inside the 10, inside the 5. Kamara, 53rd career rushing touchdown. Most in Saints history. He was tied with Mark Ingram, 33-28, but on 3rd and 9, after the Lions kind of went quiet on offense for a quarter, 3rd and 9, Goff to Josh Reynolds. They had a couple of big 3rd down pickups late, and they ran out the clock, and the Detroit Lions, for the first time since 1962, are 9-3. They were 10-2 then. They are 9-3 for Dan Campbell.
Wasn't ideal. You don't always want it to be that way, but my God, man, to be able to hang in there and they're able to come back and we just answer back and then we're able to close it out. I mean, it's a hell of a win now. I'm not going to take that away from us.
You got 2 choices when it's in that situation. Okay, you can take the easy way out and you can give up, wave the white flag, all right, with a loser's mentality, or you can keep fighting. And our guys chose to keep fighting and look, we battled back. We gave ourselves a chance to win against a really good football team. We didn't get it done.
Look, the Saints and everybody alive in that division, but Detroit.
Yes.
They could have lost to the Bears, right? They could have lost before that to the Chargers. Yeah. They stumbled against Green Bay Thanksgiving, but they had the 10 days off. 9-3. What do we learn from them? They got off to a big lead, which was the cushion they needed, Boog.
Their best is really good, but they don't always play their best. If you go back to a couple of games ago, they had to storm back to beat the Bears. This game, they got off to a big lead, and there was a middle part where they just went low. They didn't play. They weren't physical. They allowed the Saints to catch footballs, and then in the end, Jared Goff stepped up in the pocket and made a play. Can they become consistent? The good teams are consistent. You don't have those ebbs and flows during the game, those high ups and those super low lows. Right. That's what you see from the Lions. The minute they become more consistent, they can play with the big boys. Right now, they're not in the upper tier with the Cowboys or the Eagles or the 49ers. They're kind of in that next tier. In order to get to that next tier, they got to be more consistent throughout the game. The quarterback's got to stop turning the football over. They got to run the football. And defensively, can Aaron Glenn's defense, the defensive coordinator, can they get stops? They couldn't stop the Saints in the middle part of this game. They did at the end, but not in the middle part.
Yeah, and they haven't been playing defense like that. They play exciting games also, which is not necessarily what they want. Now, I'm doing this top of my head. I think they finished last year 8-2.
Yes.
And now they're 9-3. These are the Lions, who are 17-5.
Pretty good.
I guess that's why Detroit fans are traveling.
I love it. I love it.
And they should. Fun team that's cruising toward the division. And now 4 teams combined for 1 touchdown. Here we go. Let's start in the rain with the Falcons and the Jets, shall we? Hey, Aaron, Zach, how you doing in the rain? Did you bring your umbrella? Nah, I forgot it's in the car. Oh, well. Thomas Morse, remember he was the hero of that game with the Giants?
All those punts.
And look, and the reason we show this down to the 1, there is a reason. Again, another play you won't see. I want you to pay attention because Atlanta, first of all, it's a big play by the special teams. Nice job, Jets. Bijan Robinson, Falcons. They're going to give him the ball. Booger, do you get 4 points for a safety if you tackle the running back 5 yards deep?
It's a great play. Good penetration there by Quinnen Williams.
Quinnen Williams, Ashton Davis. Now, Dalvin Cook. Yeah, the Jets. It's raining, I know. Fumble. Nate Landman punches it out. D. Alford. Peanut punch by Landman. Alford. Falcons recover.
Everybody's doing that now. Dalvin Cook hadn't been the same this year, Boom.
No. Desmond Ridder. Oh, the Night Ridder to Kyle Pitts, 13 yards. Seemed like night. It was dark, rain. Ridder to not me, Cole, but he's my Cole. My Cole Pruitt. 10-5. Alonso with a couple of homers for New York, but Atlanta leads it. Dale Murphy with a big play. Now the Jets down 13-8. David Wright with a homer. Tim Boyle to Garrett Wilson. Jesse Bates, another pick by the former Bengals.
Yeah, safety making a play, overthrown ball. They're trying to force the ball to Garrett Wilson.
Falcons having fun. Tim Boyle was quarterback. He's benched. Trevor Siemian. Let's try another one. Fourth quarterback to play for the Jets this year. He's wearing Richard Todd's number. I love Richard Todd. But this is Siemian. He fumbles. It results in a punt. They did recover it. Simeon's arm. Now watch out. Look out. Hit by Andre Smith. It ruled an incomplete pass. Falcons challenge, and they say, no, it was a fumble. Good call.
Yeah, empty hand coming forward is the key. Ball out. Good call.
So, still theoretically a game, although that look says it all. 4th and 17. What possibly could happen? That. Nobody close. Salah, raining. Falcons. Teams combined 6 of 29 on third down. Hello. Falcons? First place, Atlanta Falcons. They're the team while the Bucks won 2 in first place. They won 13-8. And now we go up the road, up the Mass Pike. Chargers, Patriots, same weather, rain, Coach Belichick. Chargers in. Coaching is 506. Bail. It's Zappy hour for New England. We're in the old AFL. Oh, yeah, the old Pat the Patriot on the helmet. Ramondre Stevenson tackled by Pelotu. This rookie's really made a name for himself, even though it's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, no doubt.
I should know that. And 6 scoreless halves the season for the Patriots. Oh, what a game. 6-0. Zappy. Don't worry. Be zappy. It's a first down. Now 3rd and 12. Khalil Mack, meet Bailey Zappe.
And Khalil Mack's been on a tear, Boom. 3 straight games with multi-sacks in each one of those games. Outstanding.
Wait a minute, I only saw one. Oh, my bad. Here comes the next one. Look out for 52. Wow. 7 punts, New England. 2 sacks, Mack. 4th quarter. Tyquan Thornton, he can run. They have some hopes for him, New England. And down the left side, 39-yard gain. Remember, it's still 6-0. The Chargers could just get to 9. If they could just get to 9. Zappe, sacked by Eric Kendricks. 4th and 5. What could happen? Let's send a safety. Oh, defense smelling a shutout in the rain. Derwin James, 5 sacks, Chargers. Over 2 minutes is Zappe. Devontae Parker, but it was almost a foot out of bounds.
Yeah, Boom, really good catch, but watch the right foot on the white. It's out of bounds. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong for the Patriots.
Couple plays later, 4th and 8. Zappe. Kendricks deflects. But no timeouts left. New England might get the ball back even if they punt it. Oh, they're going to throw? Brandon Stiller's going to throw on 3rd and 11 with a $147 to play. You roll the dice sometimes, and it comes up nicely. That's Alex Erickson from Justin Herbert. I think the Chargers ran 20, if I'm not mistaken, 24 for 29 yards. But they pitched a shutout. 6-0. The Los Angeles Chargers improved to 5-7. The lowest scoring game in the league since 2018. And the Patriots, first team since the 1938 Chicago Cardinals, I didn't cover them, to allow 10 points or less 3 straight games and lose all of them. That's hard to do. Well, let's go back to the big game of the day and the performance by the San Francisco 49ers. Look, the Eagles, no excuses. They would be the first to say, no, we have no excuses.
Yeah.
But it's been a gauntlet, like we've said. That being said, San Francisco, what they did on this day with all those length of the field drives, they just seem, at the moment, the best team we've seen this year.
Well, no doubt, and it's how they did it. The methodical drives, running the football. All their weapons got involved. They started dominating the line of scrimmage. And the game turned, Boom, when the Eagles drove down, kicked 2 field goals in the red zone, couldn't score a touchdown. Then the 49ers started dictating tempo. They ran the football. They could settle Brock Purdy down, and he was outstanding. And for an Eagles defense that played 97 plays against Buffalo, to be on the field, into the field on 6 straight touchdown drives, you could tell they were gassed, and the 49ers had the gas down, and they hammered at that point.
Well, so if you're Nick Sirianni this week, look, they're 10-2. They still have the best record. They're playing Dallas, who comes in
on the road,
coming in hot. Yeah. They've won all those games in a row at home. How do you run practice this week? You had a good point we were talking about.
Well, I think it's imperative that he understands his team.
He does.
We're tired. Take the pads off. Do some walkthroughs. This is a veteran-laden team. They understand what they need to do, and they understand the task ahead going on the road at that stadium against that team. That's the biggest game in that stadium this season for that team. They got to be ready. And so it's imperative that he understands that and takes the pads, takes the thumping off, and rests his team. You need a fresh team next Sunday night at Dallas.
Listen, San Francisco's not going to blow everybody up, but they just did with Seattle, and then they just did with Philadelphia, which is impressive. We've seen so with game balls. I'm assuming you're looking their direction.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it didn't start this way, but after the couple of drives it picked up, and Brock Purdy was absolutely outstanding, Boom. For me, the way he played, 19 for 27, 314 yards, 4 touchdowns. The way he played the game, orchestrating the offense, distributing the football, getting the ball to his playmakers. And when Brock Purdy plays this way, I know we want to have conversations. Now that we're in December, we can start talking MVP. On my short list, he's number 1 right now for most valuable player in the National Football League, and he showed all facets of his game off.
Well, hard to say a wide receiver could be MVP, but what Tyreek Hill has done this year speaks for itself. 2 long touchdowns for Miami as they sliced and diced Washington. His 5th 150-yard receiving game this year that ties an NFL record held by Antonio Brown, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, you might have heard of him, and Roy Green, and he's also among the highest totals through the team's first 12 games, in which, of course, Miami's 9-3. He's 3rd best behind Charlie Hennigan, first guy to catch over 100 balls, 1961. I was alive. George Blanda was his quarterback. Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch, Hall of Famer, 1951. Tyreek has 1,481 yards. I know we're just spewing out numbers, but that's 12 games. That's pretty darn impressive.
Boom, he's the fastest guy in football. And before the season, he said, I'm getting to 2,000 yards. And he's well on his way right now. And I just wonder, they're going to play meaningful games down the stretch.
Yes.
As the head coach, Mike McDaniel, do they try to get him 2,000 yards? And any team he's going against, are they going to start double-teaming him? Because today he won the game by himself.
Well, double-team, but if he gets a half a step, and Tua has been on point.
You're right. Completely agree with you. Yes.
I mean, you can, but then it's not like nobody's thought of it.
No, you're right. And then they got Waddle also, so they got other weapons.
Yeah, he was with the Chiefs, and he kind of did that too.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you know what? When you're fast, who is it that once said, I mean, a great, you can't coach speed. You can coach most anything else.
You're right. That's a great point.
You cannot coach speed. This is why the show plods along a long time. At any rate, Sunday Night Football, the Chiefs at Lambeau. Andy Reid wants an assistant under Mike Holmgren when they had the run there with Brett Favre, et cetera. And, well, it's the first time with the Chiefs at Lambeau regular season. Mahomes' first time playing, I should say, for Patrick Mahomes. Andy has been back. Sunday Night Football, Scott Van Pelt has the highlights for us of the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Scott?
It was that cold night at Lambeau. It was snow early, but it had moved out in time for this one. And what a football game it was as the Green Bay continues to throw itself into the mix in the NFC. Taylor Swift in the building, Simone Biles as well, wearing the GOAT hat. It's 14-6. Kansas City trailing. This is a 3rd and 18, and Mahomes is an absolute wizard at knowing where the line of scrimmage is, extending a play, finds Travis Kelce. Isaiah Pacheco takes it in. Lambeau Leap didn't work, neither did the 2-point conversion, so it's still 14-12. 4th and 1. Green Bay goes for it. Jordan Love off his back foot into triple coverage. Romeo Doubs able to come down with it. Big time play, a huge moment in this game. And then the throw up top, Christian Watson, his 2nd of the game. Watson able to high point that one. Green Bay's lead is 2 scores yet again. 4th quarter. First play of the 4th, actually 2nd play of the 4th quarter, and Mahomes to Noah Gray on 3rd down. Chiefs cut it to 21-19. It's 24-19, and Mahomes looking for Sky Moore, and Keyshawn Nixon is able to make a beautiful pick on this one as Moore, as Tim Hasselbeck said on SportsCenter, kind of stopped just for a moment, and that allowed Nixon to make quite a grab. 3rd and 6, Green Bay with a chance to put this to bed with a touchdown. Instead, the sack from Chris Jones. Packers try a long field goal and hit it. That means Kansas City is going to need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game. Here goes Mahomes. Is he out of bounds? Jonathan Owens comes in the field of play, close to the out-of-bounds line, 15 yards. I always say Kansas City gets every single call, it seems. Keep that in mind as we see the remainder of this highlight. Rashee Rice has it ripped out. Corey Ballantyne picks it up, takes it back for a touchdown. In real time, you're thinking he's got to be down. Well, he was. After review, they realized that. Meanwhile, behind the play, there's Rice. His behind is down, and that means that he's down, but the action continued, and Isaiah Pacheco and Nixon get involved. Pacheco threw a punch and was ejected. He's an important player. Probably wasn't going to run it a lot in this game, given the time and the circumstance. Here's the play of the game. Mahomes, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Remember the one he dropped against Philadelphia? Here he didn't drop it because he didn't get a chance to catch it. That's PI 100 times out of 100. No flag. Amazingly enough, no flag. And now on 4th and 10, Mahomes scrambles, whirling dervish, makes sure he's not going to get sacked, throws it up. More contact in the end zone here. They pretty much let you battle for those jump balls on Hail Marys. But Kansas City knocked off again. Patrick Mahomes' first ever visit to Lambeau. They fall to 8-4. Meanwhile, Green Bay really playing well of late. Jordan Love had the 3 touchdown passes. They're 6-6. They'll be part of a Monday night doubleheader next week at the New York Giants. Buffalo, coming off that brutal loss in overtime to Philadelphia and off a bye, comes into Arrowhead in a game they've got to have. So a massive game next week for both Kansas City and the Buffalo Bills.
All right, thank you, fellas, very much. December. You weren't on TV enough this weekend. College, pro.
I'm searching for TV time, Bone.
Well, I tell you what, we found you. I'm glad you allowed enough time to be with us here on NFL Primetime. This is our home.
Always fun, Boom. I would rather be no other place than here with you.
Well, I appreciate it. You know, you got my check.
Hey, absolutely.
For Booger, I'm Boomer. We thank everybody for doing all the highlights. We thank you for being with us here. And that's a look at Week 13 in the NFL. Down the stretch they come the next few weeks. You don't want to miss these shows. Thanks for watching.